Hey guys, yeah. Well, by the time this one's up, no one would have seen the one before it anyway, but if anyone watches them in order, you will know that my last video sucked, like, badly. And, yeah. And this one might actually suck too. I mean, it actually has a topic, which is kind of it's a slight rerun, but anyway. So, well, I was pretty excited to actually start making videos again. I was actually kind of happy. But of course I had to go through digging through old memories and found something that, well, it's a little personal, but long story short, I did something very, very bad and I hurt someone that I never should have. And I hurt her bad, and I will always feel guilty for it, and I always should. I deserve that because I was a jerk, I was an ass, and I still can't believe how stupid I was to do what I did. But anyway, this video is not about that. Well, now, I mentioned in my last video a movie that I watched just the other night called Scent of a Woman. Now, this video is going to be about that movie. I know I've already done a video about movies, and the only reason is it's not even my favorite movie. Well, I don't think I really have a favorite movie. It's just that I just seen it like the other night, and it was really good. And I've actually owned it for quite a while, seen it and never thought it was good. So basically, this video is going to be like a summary and me saying what I'm like. And I've also started up a new idea. That along with every video, which I will now guarantee has a topic before I make them, there will be a question for everyone, for the few people who watch them, to go along with the topic, and which you can answer in the comments or in a video response or whatever. But the question for today is, what is your favorite movie and favorite quote from that movie? So yeah, that's that. And so, anyway, I might as well just go into it. Well, the movie is about high school student, I believe. I'm not sure I got that right. It appears to be high school because he's going into college. The school just seems a little overzealous to be a high school. That's why I was always a little unsure of that. But yeah, this guy Charlie, never got around to figuring out his last name. He's in high school and he's trying to make some money so because he doesn't get to see his parents because he's quite a distance away from them. Because I'm pretty sure the school's in Albany and his parents are in Oregon. And so he's trying to earn up some money to see his parents for Christmas, because he won't be able to make it for Thanksgiving. So for Thanksgiving weekend is when he does the job to earn up a little money. So the job is he has to take care of this blind man because his family wants to go out and he doesn't want to go. So he has to take care of him. The blind man is played by Al Pacino, who I don't know very well, but I think he cast the role in Scent of a Woman as Frank Slade, a retired military lieutenant. I think he cast that role excellently, so for the weekend, Frank, he, without giving Charlie any forewarning, says that they're going to be spending the weekend in New York. So, although he's reluctant at first, he ends up going. So they both end up going to New York, and, the first thing they find out really is when they're when they're having dinner at the beginning, is that Frank's plan for the weekend is what he wanted to do. Well, he had a few steps. He wanted to eat an expensive restaurant. I can't even remember them. I just seen this last night, and this whole video is revolved around this movie, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure If I'm wrong, don't get snippy or anything if there's anyone who really watches this, because I know there's 1,000 people who just watch videos to point out flaws and then be an ass about it. Bunch of morons. Anyway, that's why, moving on. So I'm pretty sure what he wanted to do was eat in a fancy restaurant, stay in a high-class hotel. One step that I can't remember. Or maybe he was give his speech, because there was something about giving a speech or something. No. I'm an idiot. It was, see his brother. I wanted to see his brother, and then he was going to kill himself. Because he was blind and, just couldn't take it anymore, basically. His life was crushing down on him, and he was just wanting to give it up. So Charlie doesn't pay much attention to the first mention of suicide, and so they just go on with their weekend fairly normal. They see his brother, they have a little argument, and well, actually not an argument, it's okay. Frank shows up unannounced at his brother's house, and so there's a bit of tension there. Frank and his brother, who no, it wasn't actually Frank and his brother, it was actually Frank and his nephew that got into the argument. And Frank ended up pinning his nephew up against the wall because he got upset with the argument and all, and he ended up pronouncing Charlie's name wrong. Well, didn't pronounce it wrong, he called him Chucky, and Charlie doesn't like that. But, so yeah, that was that. And there's something I'm missing. There was something they did that I can't remember, and it's bugging me because it's a fairly big section, and I can't just cut it out since it's supposed to be a summary of it. Well, I'll just move on. If I can remember it, I'll just try to go back to it. But, another part that happened was they go to a restaurant again. This time it's during the day, though, and oh, and the reason it's called Scent of a Woman is because he has a heightened sense of smell because of his blindness, and he can smell a woman. He can find their perfume and the scent. Excellent. So he gets a scent in the restaurant, and they find there's a woman sitting alone. So they go down and they find out she's waiting for her boyfriend, but they ask if they can just sit there and keep her company until then. So she agrees, and they talk a little. And then Frank starts talking about how he liked to tango and such, and so did she apparently, but her boyfriend didn't. So they decide to get up and dance, and for a blind man, he was relatively good at it. And so they danced, they had fun. They go back down to sit at the table with Charlie, and then her boyfriend shows up, they have to go. And then that's it, it cuts away from the restaurant at that point. And there is yet another part that I am missing that is really pissing me off, the amount that I'm missing out of this movie. I guess it'll be a fairly brief summary. The next major scene was, on the last morning, Charlie goes in to try and wake Frank up, and he's just lackluster, just doesn't want to get out of bed, because he's tired and old and done, and he just wants to, end it. So, Charlie doesn't want this, because Charlie actually starts to become close with Frank over the course of the weekend. And so he started saying, he's like, come on, we gotta figure something out, and let's go for a ride. So they go out, they end up renting a Ferrari. Charlie drives it around, and Frank isn't really seeming to be getting much enjoyment out of it. So they try something else. They let him drive. And he just cranks it. With Charlie's help, he was able to successfully drive around the streets of New York without an accident. And so, I can imagine that would be quite a thrill. Because once you go blind, something like driving, you just immediately, you'd know that's not happening again. But So I guess for him